Right about. All right, there we go. Well, hello everybody. It's great to see so many faces on this Zoom call wanting to learn more about Jamboree. My name is Francisco. I've been active in scouting pretty much since I was 8. Enjoyed a lot of it. Camp Karankawa, summer camp staff, OA, etc. You name it, I probably did it once or twice. But let me tell you, Jamboree was a very different experience and opened up my eyes and also opened up my friends' eyes when we went to a Jamboree. So when it comes to a jamboree, most probably don't know what a jamboree is. You might have heard the term district camporee. We get the district around. When it comes to a national jamboree, we have plenty of people coming around from the national, from California, Hawaii, Alaska, everybody in the nation. Even some people outside the country come visit for the jamboree. Pretty huge deal. And it's going to be July 19th through the 28th, and the theme will be forward. And the closest thing I can probably compare it to is a summer camp times like 1,000, and I'll show you why. So we already met everybody, and I like to play this video, a little brief overview.
That was so good. That was awesome.
It's a lot of stuff to unpack there. We're gonna go over where it is. Oh, there we go. So every adventure has a beginning. Jamboree, it's a lot of adventures packed into one. It's not just staying in your campsite. It's not just going to one place. You're doing something different every day if you allow yourself. You can go ziplining one day. You can go into the water the next day. It's a lot of stuff, and it's very organized. There's a lot of stuff to do and a lot of fun. Not to mention, there's 10,000 other scouts there with you to enjoy the same experience. So West Virginia, it's a New River Gorge, West Virginia. So you're gonna see a lot of cool wildlife compared to over here. You're gonna see a lot of green stuff, and it's a lot of fun. So this is the size of the camp. It's huge. If you ever been to Camp Karankawa, forget about that. It's about 1,000 times more bigger. For example, when I went, I worked at Garden Ground Mountain. It took a 45-minute bus ride just to get on it. 40-minute bus ride just to get on Garden Ground Mountain. So it's a huge area. You're going to have all the Jamboree to experience it. And I'm going to go over each area within the slide point. So again, 1937. It's been a thing since 1937. Valley Forge is a very big, popular one. But from now on, most of the jamborees are going to be at the Summit Bechtel Reserve. The whole camp is meant for a jamboree. Everything's planned for a jamboree. When they first opened up in 2013, that was their trying year. They would test out stuff, and they're always improving, and you'll see what I mean. So, experience of a lifetime. I can't say that enough. If you like scouts, if you're an Eagle, if you're older and you want to do something, you got to go to this. It's like nothing else. I promise when you get there, be confident, be happy, and you'll enjoy it. No matter what age, no matter where you're from, you're going to meet people, and they're all going to like scouting just like you guys. So first thing is stadium shows. So you guys are probably used to campfire stadium shows. Imagine 10,000 people sitting there looking at a stadium. You listen to music. You can participate in the fun games they have there in the stadium show. You might even see some bands you like. And fireworks, when I went to World, and I'm sure somebody else was on World, there was a drone show. So it's a lot of fun. And it gives you a lot of experience, and how would I describe it? It makes you feel great about being a scout with the stuff they bring up and stuff like that. So there's a beginning show and there's an ending show, and it's a lot of fun. You got to go through it to experience it. It's a lot. Patch training's a big thing at Jamboree. You might be thinking, well, I don't have any patches. Well, you can start one now, and you go from there. I know a couple guys who started with a little Cub Scout patch and got to a huge set. But what a lot of people like to say is patches is the currency of scouting. Everywhere you go, there's going to be a patch trade. I guarantee you. Campsite, first thing you wake up and you go towards the road, you're going to see patch traders. At night, you're going to see patch traders. It's a huge thing, and it's a lot of fun because you'll see some cool patches. You see some old patches, you'll see some Halo patches, you'll see some Minecraft patches. There is a lot of patches. Get out there and collect them. I guarantee you, if you like cartoons or something, they made a patch about it. So it's a lot of fun. Patch trading's a must. Adventure sports. So this is the fun part. You saw in the video we had skateboarding, whitewater rafting, archery, and climbing. Skateboarding has a good area. It's not just a little skate ring. It's a huge area. They give you your skateboards, give you all your pads, and they teach you. And it's a lot of fun. I did it. It took a little bit, but I did it, and it's a lot of fun. You take a day there. It's a lot of fun. Whitewater rafting. That was personally one of my favorites when going to Jamboree. One of the requirements was to go in the water. And let me tell you, that water was cold, but it was fun. I was there with my troop and with some other friends, and it was a lot of fun. Archery, shotgun, rifle, just like anything else. They have really good areas. Then climbing. They have a lot of climbing. They also have a big zip line and a small zip line. And when you go to the Jamboree, you get on the bus, you start seeing it. A big zip, you go over the big lake. It's a lot of fun. Summit Center. So the Summit Center is kind of like the check-in area, the big part of camp. So if you look at the bottom where the statue is, that is kind of a museum. The trading post is going to be there, some training and stuff like that. And when you get there, you're going to see a lot of people hanging out there. It's a lot of fun. NESA, National Eagle Scout Associations meet there. Other groups meet there. In the middle, you see that console bridge. You got to go through it. It looks a little scary, but I promise once you get through it, it's okay. That bridge is really cool. There's also a bottom part they don't show that's really cool when patch trading happens. And if you look on top, that's what they call the tree house. It's 3 stories high. That's the second story. You can see the third story at the very top. They have a lot of nature projects out there, and it's a lot of fun the way they built it. And you see a lot of things within that nature area. Next thing, aquatics adventures. So with this, you're gonna see paddle boards, kayaks, and you can hang out there basically all day if you want. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you're into that, go hang out and have fun. And you might be thinking, well, do we gotta trade up? Nope. They have a lot of kayaks. They have a lot of equipment. They're ready to take it on, and there's different parts in the area. Maybe you want to go fishing one day, you can go fishing. It's a lot of fun. So merit badges is a big thing too. So you might be like, well, I'm going to send my son, daughter, and I want them to earn merit badges. It's totally possible. And they don't just send any merit badge instructors. They're going to send the best, what we got as national. They're going to send the best merit badge instructors. For example, when it comes to engineering, they might have the U.S. Engineering Corps come out and come teach that merit badge. It's a lot of fun, and they can knock it out. And it's not just within one area, it's in different areas that you can earn merit badges, all throughout the Jamboree. So camp life, my favorite part. So you are surrounded by scouts just like you in different areas. You guys are going to stay in one campsite, and you're going to see a whole other campsite. It's going to be like a movie. You're going to roll in, and you're going to see all types of people. And that's where the fun is. You get to interact with different people, have fun. You guys are going to have your own personal campfires to attend to, own shows. And it's a lot of fun. You meet people, you play games, there's stuff to do at camp. So even at camp, you can't get bored. You're there with your friends, you're there with other people, they interact with each other. It's a lot of fun. I would recommend when you get there, start meeting people. Go with them because they might know something about the Jamboree that you didn't know. They might know a couple of cool stuff that's coming around. And as you can tell, in the middle, you got musicians out there, you got all sorts of people out there. So for those that are a little bit older, maybe you can't attend it as the contingent, but want to help out. This is the Jamboree service team. These guys help the Jamboree be the Jamboree. They are the heart of the Jamboree. They're the ones giving out all the equipment. They're the lifeguards, and they help out a lot. And the minimum age, if correct, is 16 16 or 17. I don't got it on me, but it's a lot of fun. You get off days, sometimes you don't. It depends what area and job you have. I knew one of the leaders I did, he drove at night. He was just a night driver. All day he was free, but then he was a night driver. So it depends on what job, but it's a lot of fun. They give you time. You go to the same stadium shows, you go to the same things that the participants do. You just help in whatever area you want. For example, engineers can work on the engineering stuff. Maybe you like working with people, you can work at campsites. So they have a job for almost everybody, and I've looked into it. So if you're thinking about going, or maybe you don't want to take a slot, go to the Jamboree service team. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of things to do. And guess what? You're just going to meet just as much people, just like you guys. And the biggest takeaway from Jamboree is just meeting people and really seeing them at the next event. That could be seeing them at a Texas event, an OA event, or meeting them at the next Jamboree. So registration is open. So if you want to register now, October 31st is the early bird deadline. And David can talk about more registration later, but if you're thinking about it, you want to do it. It's a lot of fun. There's loads of stuff to do. I promise if you go, you're not going to get bored. There's a lot of stuff to do. But I'll tell you this, if you don't get prepared for it, you're going to get tired quick because you're walking at 10 miles minimum. You're doing stuff every day. You got to get those energy levels up, and you got to be ready for all that adventure. But if you have any questions, anything, always look at the social media. Look for more information on jamboree.scouting.org. They have all sorts of stuff to go through, promos and stuff like that. And they're going to be posting updates there as well as with us. But yeah, here's some QR codes. If you guys would like to sign up, I'll leave it there
I
for
was
a
just gonna say,
second.
when Francisco, you said, go ahead and join. On the bottom of that, it had scouts, whatever, go to National Jamboree. That's not where you register. First off, you have to register with our council. And to do that, look at these QR codes, and that has our council information, and you can gather some more there. And then we'll move forward again with some more explanation, but don't register on a national site just yet.
So, correction, yep. Get the QR codes. Be a lot of fun. Think about it. If you want to research into a Jamboree, look into Jamboree. Look at their Facebook, their Instagram, Twitter, whatever you got. They got it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Last thing is, I would say recommend for everybody. It's a experience of a lifetime. If you really love scouting or you want to experience scouting in a different way, this is the way to do it. There's no other experience to do it than just going into a Jamboree and being surprised. And I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun. Maybe scary at first, but at the end of it, you'll be thanking me. So yeah, that's all I got, David.
Do you have the updated payment schedule that Marty sent?
Like today? He sent it today?
No. You included it in the last one, I think.
No, I took that off. Give me a second.
Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, go ahead and get it, and I'll talk for a little bit. Okay, so moms, dads, youth, Francisco gave you the sales pitch. I mean, how much better could it get? And that was awesome. A couple of you guys mentioned you're kind of getting more information, and that's fine. Somebody mentioned limited spots. True. Limited spots as in right now, probably 50. Could we fill a bus with 50 people? That's what we're looking to do. We're well on our way with that, and things are kind of ticking up. South Texas, we kind of wait till the last minute, but now that information is flowing and everything is getting out there, we had 3 youth join today, put their $500 non-refundable deposit in, and just out of the blue, they just sent it in. So how it works with that is the total the estimated total cost right now is $2,900 if you're registered by October 31st, 2023. We have some benchmarks in there. The first one is a $500 non-refundable deposit, and that means you're going. I don't think anybody that puts down $500 is going to try and bail out. Now, if there is something that comes up, family emergency, or something that the youth just cannot go, you can offer that position to someone else who is a Johnny come lately, and they want to send somebody. they can buy that position from you and finish making the payments and attend the Jamboree. So I'm not going to say you're stuck and you're going to, not getting your money back. We can still try and fill that spot. Payments can be made at any time. December 31st benchmark, we're looking at a $700 payment. March 31 or March 1 benchmark, $1,500, and then full payment due May 1. And $3,200 if registered after November 1st. And I will say that you say, how are we going to get there? Well, we are going to partner with the Alamo Area Council. They have already secured travel. They've already secured buses, and we're going to travel with them. And bulk buys make better prices. So we have 50 seats available to us. If we can fill them, great. If we can't, then we're going to turn them back over to Alamo, and they can fill them because they already have waiting lists for people to go. We do not. So that's one blessing that we have. I would say, and this is not an arm twist or, smoke and mirrors. I would say, if you're interested and you want to do it. Just put down $500 and say, okay, now let's figure out how we're going to get the rest and get them on the bus. Cause we have several opportunities for people to go. And, like I said, we just got 3 today out of the blue. So people are getting the information, they're getting excited and they want to go. So they want to guarantee their spot. We have 4 awesome scout leaders that are going. We have Brian Bressler from Troop 3, Corpus Christi. We have Gilbert Ramon. He's been to the Jamboree before, and he's coming with his son. We have Michael Dickerson from Laredo, and he's bringing a contingent from there, along with a assistant scoutmaster from there. Jesse Becerra will be from Laredo as well. We do have some people signed up from Laredo already, and we also have some other opportunities. We do have 2 chaperones that are attending with us, and that is a new position at the Jamboree, and it's probably due to COVID, and it opens up some space. So instead of just saying, hey, scouts only and 4 leaders and that kind of thing, they said, what would be great is if we open up a spot or 2 for adults to go, and they will help the scout leaders get to the place on time, take care of them on the in the airport, make sure that nobody gets lost, and that kind of thing. They can stay back and find luggage. I mean, there's a lot of different functions for them, but we have 2 of those, and that's David Flores from Kingsville and Lucas Science from Laredo. So those 2 will be chaperones. And you say, what is the chaperone? They actually travel with the Jamboree. They will contingent. They will come to with us on shakedowns. They'll get to know the youth and how their quirks and ins and outs, and really kind of get to know each other so we can get along. And we have 2 shakedowns that are going to happen. One will be at Camp Karanqua and one will be at Camp Wasatch. We do encourage that everybody make both, because the more you camp together, the more cohesion you have, and that's the key. We all want to have a great time at this Jamboree, and that's the most important thing. So all our leaders are there, very experienced and know what they're doing. The other thing about the Jamboree, it's on the top of a mountain that was cut off by strip mining, or whatever you want to call it, coal mining. So you say, who's there? Who's at the Jamboree? Scouts. That's it. The only people that are there are background checked, have YPT, and are registered scouters. So that's all that's going to be on that mountaintop with 36,000 other scouts. So I feel, when I go to a scout camp, I feel very safe. When I go to a state park, I am not safe at all, and I worry and I watch my kids like a hawk, because I just, those aren't scouters and they're not us, and it makes me anxious. But I just want you to know that the people that are going to be taking care of your kids on this trip are scouters, and the entire crew up there are scouters too. So with that, I'll take some questions.
I have a question.
Yes.
What are the dates of those shakedowns?
Brian, you have 'em?
Yeah, so the first shakedown is at Camp Wisache, and it's at the weekend of November 19th. I forget if that's the Friday or the Saturday, but it's the first weekend after football season's over, regular season football for most schools.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine for me. What about the Camp K date?
We haven't set it yet, but it'll be in the spring sometime.
Okay.
Maybe
Where was
February.
Camp Wisache again? That was
It's
like
near Laredo. It's out on
Okay.
59 on the way into Laredo.
Yeah, right when you're about to hit the big Laredo place, it's right there on the corner, and you can't. I'm not going to say you can't miss it. You can drive by it, but
Okay, that's not bad. For some reason, I was thinking El Paso.
oh no, it's 2 hours away from Corpus, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, okay, that's not bad. And then I have one other. I will be over 18 when I would like to go. I turn 18 in 2 months. Do I have to be part of a venture troop to go then?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, and you're right, Brian, because there is a caveat for people in your place, Jacob, due to the fact that the Jamboree was canceled in what was it, 2020?
Yes.
So there is some qualifications and stuff like that need to be worked out. But yes, you can go as an 18-year-old. You'll kind of fall into a different venue as far as leadership goes, but you can go. And of course, yes, we'd love for you to go to Venture 2, if you want to. We do have a Venture crew going, and our scout executive and his daughter going. So like I said, we got quality people going on this trip. So anybody that has an issue with who's going, you can call Marty and talk to him about it, because he is.
And Jacob, you wouldn't be the only one. Bryson's older brother, Benton, turns 18 in February, but he's going to go as a scout. Normally, if you're 18, you will have to do YPT, but normally at 18, you would be considered a junior assistant scoutmaster or something. But for this particular Jamboree, you'd just be considered a scout participant, even though you're 18. And it's just to make up for 2020, essentially.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay. Anybody else?
This is Karina. I had a question. I guess every day is kind of different, but can you kind of tell us like what the scouts can expect on a daily basis, like what they would do, or they can just go to the adventure? They can sign up for merit badge classes. How does it kind of work?
So no merit badge classes. It's not your typical thing. It depends what they sign up for, but a typical day, you wake up, cook breakfast, and you go do your adventure for the day. Depending on the Jamboree leadership team, it could go whitewater rafting in the morning. But most of the days, if you're not signed up for anything, the area is pretty open. So you can go to the climbing area, go hang out there for a little bit, eat lunch, and go somewhere else.
What about lunch? You mentioned that.
So lunch is to go. Everything's going to be to go, because you're out there at the Jamboree. You're about 45 minutes away from your campsite. You're not going to go back for lunch. Instead, you have a to-go lunch. So peanut butter, jellies, and they have pretty good lunches, crackers, tuna, and stuff like that. So you eat lunch whatever you're doing, participating in. Afternoon, you do another activity. Could be climbing, again, could be whatever the scout wants. Then you come back to the campsite for dinner, eat dinner. Then you have your nightly activities. Sometimes it's a stadium show. Sometimes it's something else, a campfire show. Then they can go patch trading all night. And lights out, it's 11 o'clock, just like it is over here. Go to the campsites, and trust me, if they took advantage of the day, they're going to be asleep by midnight, tops, and be ready for that next day. So there's no classes kind of like we do here at Camp Karankawa. It's kind of open to what the scouts want to do and the contingent wants to do.
And I guess the scout can choose on their own, or it's like the whole group, our group would choose together.
Buddy system, Francisco, contingent group going to that activity.
So certain activities are going to be with your contingent. For example, whitewater rafting, it's going to be within the contingent. If the contingent wants to do it, they'll all participate in it. When doing activities, it's up to the scout and the buddy. Always bring a buddy with them, and they get to do whatever they want for that day or for those couple of hours.
Thank you.
Yep. Anyone else?
Yes,
Yes.
Mr. Hebert, I just had a quick question. Just to confirm, we will be traveling by bus along with Alamo Area Council?
Okay, Lupe, let me clarify that. Yes, we are working with Alamo Area Council. They have secured all transportation for us and everything, and they gave us a reservation of 50 seats on the bus. We will be flying from San Antonio to the summit, or to Charleston. And the reason we have buses is because you have to take a bus ride for several hours from the airport to the summit. So it's not just down the road. It is a mountain climb and not close to anything.
Thank you.
Crystal or David, you have your hand up.
Yes. So I have two questions. Like young scouts coming in, for summer camp, there's certain things that they need to do. They need to have the swimming merit badge. I mean, if we have young scouts that are wanting to attend moving forward, do they need to have swimming merit badge, certain merit badges to participate at Jamboree?
Great question, Crystal. Thank you. Francisco?
Yeah, so it depends on what National puts out. I'm trying to remember. So, of course, when it comes to aquatics and stuff, I think they got to pass their swimmer test. And you got to get approval with that through an aquatics director and stuff like that. So, stuff like that. Everything else is pretty open. There's nothing really that should, for new scouts, stopping them. The only thing I would tell your new scouts is take part of the shakedowns, get them ready because it's a lot of hiking. They're going to be tired if they really can't make those first year camper mistakes because those are going to cost them. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then will there be another Jamboree meeting after this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're gonna once we France, we tried to figure out how could we reach as many people as we could, and some of you probably saw the email out today with the invite. We're gonna bundle this, and that's why it's being recorded to send to units to offer them to play it for their youth. So that's going to happen. But I would say, Chris, that was a great question because if you've got a youth going to Jamboree and they don't have their swim merit badge and he's going to summer camp, you need to say, hey, you're taking your swim merit badge because you need it. And if you don't pass, then you're taking, swimming classes until you can pass and get your merit badge. Marjorie, you had your hand up.
Yes, I had questions on meetings before. I know that my older son, when he went, there were Jamboree meetings with the troops on different intervals, and I was just wondering, is that going to be taking place with this Jamboree?
Yes, I will tell you that I was the staff advisor for the 2017 Jamboree, and the Corpus Christi group met several times for icebreakers and to kind of get to know each other. And we met at Peter Piper Pizza. Everybody came, met each other. Parents were buying pizzas and sitting down with their kids. And I mean, it was a great event for that. And that's like a first time warming event. And then Laredo did the same. They had gathered and got together and got information and that kind of thing. So yeah, we will be, because again, we need a cohesive group. You can't say I'm going to the Jamboree with the South Texas Council and show up to get on the bus or to get on the airplane and fly there. That's not going to work. You have to know the group. You have to know what responsibilities certain people have and what they're going to do. So when you get to camp, you can just set it up, get it done, and move on. So yeah, they do need to participate. Sandy. Oh, Margie, I'm sorry. Was that it? Was that good?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, it may be kind of early to tell, being that Jamboree about a year from now. But just wondering, you said that we'll be flying from San Antonio to Florida.
No, Charleston, South Carolina.
I'm sorry. I think there's something else in Florida. Anyway, and right now to fly, COVID vaccinations are required. And just wondering if that'll be the case next summer too.
I can't tell you what that's going to be, but I think From what I see, I think everybody thinks COVID's over and we're done with it. So unless the government says something different.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Okay, anybody else?
I think Jacob. Yeah.
Can you put that pack list back up on screen? I didn't get to see it.
This one?
Hold on, I can't see it. I don't think you're sharing your screen.
Yeah, he is. I can see it. So
Oh, you can see it? I can't see it.
all right. So what it includes.
Oh, I found it. Got it.
Okay, what the contingency fee includes is the Jamboree event, transportation, all troop equipment, because we have to bring some of our own for that too. We need contingent T-shirts. We will have patches made just for the contingent. We could also do a fundraising patch for the contingent, and we could make a really cool, looking forward to Jamboree kind of patch and sell them for $10 each, and the money goes right to the contingent for any kind of overage on what we think the day packs are going to cost, or the duffel bags, or anything like that. And we do have some pre-Jamboree campouts coming up, so that's what it includes. And we'll work hard to do that. But yes, people are asking, what about fundraisers? What about scholarships? What about, yes, all that can happen. We could do fundraisers, but also scholarships are available as well. You can apply for a scholarship, and you might get maybe hundreds or $1,000 toward your trip. So I'm not guaranteeing you that. I'm just saying a lot of people put a lot of money into that scholarship fund because they want people who maybe can't afford to pay the entire amount to go to Jamboree and experience it. So there are funds for that, and you can apply for that as well. And there's information on that. Once this comes out, we'll push it to you. But right now, I don't have dates or anything for that.
Sam,
Okay.
did you have a question?
I think she did, and we answered it. But
Okay.
David, this is Terry McCarthy. May I say something?
yes.
The 2 times I've gone, I went as an adult. I wasn't in the group, but my cost for going was like half of what the youth were paying. I did work in the Jamboree.
Okay. Yeah. Just you were a registered staff member.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And after I did my job, I could do anything in the Jamboree, and it was very fun. Everything that people do in scouting is there. All the people like the jelly bean people were there, and all kinds of other stuff. They've got their tents. There's tons of things to go visit and see. And there's now that one spot at the Jamboree I've never got to go to. I think it's a garden something, or because it's so far out, I never got to go there. But both of my sons did apply for scholarships, and they did receive them. And of course, now we're selling popcorn right now, so that'd be a great incentive to sell your popcorn so you could help fund your Jamboree trip. But there's so much to do, whether you're into BMX bikes or all the other things. Just look at the things that are offered, maybe in some of the information that comes out, and every day kind of make a plan on what you want to do. Some people do sit around and do patch trading an awful lot. I'm more the type of person, I want to see every booth. I want to see everything that is in at the Jamboree and experience whatever I can.
Well, that was great, Terry. That's a great example. So would you say that the Jamboree for youth is more like a state fair or the World's Fair for adults?
Disneyland.
Yes, there's so much to do. It is like going to Disneyland. You're going to find there's more to do than you have time to do.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you've got the mountain boarding, all the different things. If you just look at the what's offered, I mean, there's got to be some information that shows you what's offered, and you can sit there and pick it, and go with that. It's so much fun, and it's so entertaining, and things like that.
So thank you, Terry. And I think that's a great example of Disney World. I mean, or Disneyland. We think of, oh man, we're going to go to Six Flags and that's it, we're done. but when you go to Jamboree or to the World's Fair or to Disney World, there, you can't just do it in a day. You're gonna have to spend several days, or maybe you can go back for another trip. So, all right, with that, I'll just close out with a question. Thank you for attending. There's our QR code. Please make sure that you guys, get on that and take a look. And it really just has the information we went over tonight. But look for this recording, and we're going to send this to scout leaders throughout the council so that they can share it with youth at their scout meetings. So I would just encourage you, if you would like to go, and kind of don't wait, just make a decision, yes or no. And if you're going, sign up. Brian, do you have anything before we leave?
No, I think we're good. And I was wondering if you could share any age requirement just to make sure everybody understands.
Well, yeah, first scout or first year scout and 12 years old.
There you go.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you guys. Appreciate you coming. And we will have some more of these. This one was more of a quick informational thing, but we'll start digging into weeds, and if you're registered, you'll get invitations to come to these and start, filling out the book and figuring out what we got to do. But I will tell you this, all the information that we need will be collected by our contingent leadership, and that will be a current, when I say current, a youth protection for 18-year-olds and above. We need physicals, ABC for all youth, and it needs to be dated to make sure that it's good for the Jamboree. Okay, and they're going to collect that soon, or sooner than later. So you can't wait until, oh, I'm going to do it in May and then turn it in, because we're already going to start building that book and put it all together. We have a lot of people going. It's a lot of information to go through, and we have to do that. So we need that as well. And of course, anything else we need. So thank you very much. I'm excited. And like I said, we got a big kick today with three signing up. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get a few more, and we keep on going from there. Rock and roll.